Well, do you believe this to be true? That when you set a boundary as a woman, that somehow you are looked at as bitchy? So today we're going to be talking about, is it true that you're being bitchy when you set a boundary and you say no, or is it possibly the very nicest thing that you can do? 80% of women seem to have a hard time setting a boundary, saying no, and actually following through with it. That's a key too, following through without their guilt kicking in. If you're having a hard time saying no, I'm going to give you some exact phrases to say so you won't feel bitchy. In fact, you'll feel empowered. You'll feel like you're a rock star and you're going to know exactly what to say. That's not going to make the other person feel badly. And you're not going to feel badly either. So, hey, I'm Mary Bicknell. I help female entrepreneurs and business owner simplify everything in their business so you can push past that plateau, make more money, and get your time back, your life back. Remember that? Isn't that what you started your business for to begin with, right? Having exact phrases to say, put these in your pocket. Put these in your back pocket. Practice them when you're driving. And you're never going to have to worry about thinking that you're being bitchy or not being the nice girl. Make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to give you the next step here a little bit, the fear breakthrough formula. Remember I said that we are afraid? We're afraid to be bitchy. We're afraid to be judged. This training is one that I actually give my private clients. So I'm giving it to you. Listen to the video, go through the workbook, and learn how to bust through these fears. So look, we're raised to be nice, right? We're raised to be good girls, help other people. And if we're honest, saying no is simply setting a boundary. We've interpreted that as actually not being nice. So let's just flip this right on its head. And I'm going to share with you saying no for yourself, for your clients, for your family, for your friends is actually the best thing that you can do. So who's it best for first? I'm going to offer that is best for you. Why? Let me ask you, how do you feel when you say yes to something that you really don't want to do? What happens after you say yes? In your head, right? Somebody says, can you bake these 400 gluten-free cookies for the PTA? Can you, hey, hon, get me a cup of coffee as you walk into the boardroom? What about your husband? Every Sunday, we're going to go eat dinner with mom. And you say yes over and over and over. What happens is you start to chip away at having your own back. You start to chip away, having trust with yourself. And when you start to do that, when you don't believe that you can follow through having your own back, it will affect everything in your life and business. You may have more hesitancy actually setting a boundary with the client as far as scope creep, right? With your contract. You may not actually feel comfortable saying your rates as you increase your rates. Maybe it's going to impact you standing on stages or doing social media or whatever it is. When you start losing trust in yourself and you start building that resentment that you just are like, damn it, I can't believe I said yes. It helps no one. Well, this is a writer down. Ready? It's better to say a gracious no than a resentful yes. It's better to say a gracious no than a resentful yes. So what are the benefits of setting boundaries? First of all, for you, you feel confident. You feel like you've got your back. You feel a container. You're not going to feel like you're being run over. Now, depending on who we're talking about, if it's clients, everyone will know what to expect. So a client will know what to expect as far as no, you're not going to work through the weekend just because they want it sooner. They're going to know that they can't just call you at all hours, that you will increase your rate. There is an increase. Your kids, think about it as a mom. We have to have boundaries for our children so that they're not just running crazy, or our family. When we set good boundaries, it actually is creating this sense of safety, if you will, because since everyone knows what to expect, the unknown is hovering out there, and people naturally, let's just be real, people will naturally ask for more. I love when people ask for more. I want you to ask for more. I want you to at least go for it. However, no is a full sentence, and I can say no, you can say no. So again, what do you want to say when they ask you to make those 400 allergy-free brownies for the PTA? You could say no. Remember, you teach people how to treat you. You teach your subconscious mind what you are and are not willing to do. So I told you I would give you a couple examples of giving gracious no's. So you don't give a resentful yes and then go kick your dog, eat too many M&Ms, or yell at your kid. Ready? You could simply, first of all, just say no. I know that triggers some of us, right? We're like, oh, I can't just say that. I feel like I have to defend exactly what I'm saying. First of all, no, you don't have to defend. You can have your own boundary and not actually have to defend anything. You could say something like, no, I'm not available right now. I've got too busy of a schedule. Guess what your busyness might mean? It could be that you really are busy doing client work, or it could just mean that, you know what, you had a pedicure planned, you're going away, there's a new book you want to read. You don't have to justify or tell anyone what busyness you're doing. You could say, oh, no, that doesn't fit in what I'm doing right now. What do you think about? Do you think you can think of other ways to say a big no way? When did you say yes when you meant to say no, and no when you meant to say yes? So here's the 3 ways again, just so you remember. You can simply say no. Hey, can you do such and such? No. You could say, no, thank you. Thank you so much for thinking about me. I really appreciate the offer, but no, I'm not able to do that right now. You could say, no, thanks so much. That doesn't fit into my busy schedule right now. Or no, that project, that doesn't align with what my business goals are right now. Come circle back to me another time. See, I've set a boundary. I've said no. Or to a client, hey, Mary, can you give me a call this weekend? No, I'm sorry. That is outside what we've talked about as far as our contract. If you'd like to renegotiate parts of our contract so we can chat, I'm happy to do that. Now, here's the truth. Sometimes you say yes. Are you saying a resentful yes? Or are you saying a yes because you really want to? And is it the rare time that you go outside of a boundary that you set? Of course, sometimes we do that because we're human. We're service providers. We want to help people. However, when we do it too often, we start not having our own back, and we start teaching people that they can expect that. Here's your bold action step. Today, I want you to look at your calendar. What are the upcoming events? What are the to-dos? And ask yourself, where can you now look through there and say no to something? So yeah, it may be uncomfortable. You may have to call somebody up and say, you know what, Sally Jane, after I looked at my schedule, I realized that project is not going to fit in with what I'm doing over the next 90 days. Maybe if you're doing those 400 brownies, you said yes, you could say, I would love to be able to write you a check, $50 to get all the supplies, but I'm not able to do that for the holidays, or something along those lines. And then in the future, before you just say an automatic yes to be that good girl, pause and say, let me check my schedule and I will get back to you. And frankly, my friends, that gives you a little bit of a cushion to evaluate until you learn how to do this automatically. Evaluate, does this align with my goal? Is this a next step toward my goal? Is the return on investment of my time worth it? And of course, think about how it is with your children. Now, last thing, I want to ask you, can you do this? Yes. Make sure you comment below and give me a big fat yes. And if you're ready for a little bit more of this, I want to ask you, did you watch the 3 ways to step into your power as a leader and I teach you a technique under 10 minutes a day. You can do this. It's a masterclass. There's the link below. And don't forget to sign up for that Fear Breaker formula. So until next time, this is Mary Bicknell, and go be bold, my friends. You deserve to lead a big, bold life in biz. Bye now.